we are trying to relaunch a CrossFit here because it was a gym who existed since 2012, I think.
Yep.
And they stopped with CrossFit in 2018 because they had a coach and the coach left and opened her own gym.
Yep.
And now we are relaunching the CrossFit after like 2 years.
That's awesome. All right. So we just went live. Hopefully everybody can see us and whatever. So Alan was just telling us, like, for people who don't know, Alan used to be my old CrossFit coach out at Rockdale at RMS. What a place. I miss that place so much. If I could take RMS with me everywhere, I would. It'd be my place. So Alan was just saying that he's recently started working down in Aladella to reboot their CrossFit, essentially. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we are relaunching the CrossFit.
That's awesome. How's it going, man?
It's going well. We got like few members already.
Yep.
And people are loving. It's just hard because it's a small town. It already exists another CrossFit gym here.
Yeah, that's right.
And we have to do a lot of Facebook marketing and affinity marketing. I'm learning a lot of this stuff, so it's a challenge.
Yeah.
I'm not just only a coach now; I'm a manager. So
yeah, that's the double whammy of trying to keep the business going, but then keep your coaching fresh, huh?
Yeah.
That's good though. It's one of those things. Like in terms of CrossFit, I think there's a bit of a stigma attached to CrossFit as well. I know having a background in personal training, I was very hesitant to do it until I went to RMS. I remember speaking to you the day that I walked into RMS and you were there, and I was like, look, I just want to do fighting because RMS had the boxing ring upstairs, and you're like, yeah, that's cool. And he's like, but then you're like, but give this a go, and I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll try it. And I think it's ultra addictive. Especially when you have good coaches like yourself. You made it so easy to just get on board, to just sort of flow with the CrossFit system. How do you deal with the stigma? Is there much where you are?
So yeah, there is stigma still there, but we try to do at least 3 on-ramp classes, like fundamental classes.
Yep.
To show the students like the technique first before they join the class. We don't throw them in a workout with snatches and muscle ups in the first class.
Good call.
We show them like the fundamentals first.
Yeah.
And then we start to introduce them in the class, which is very good for them. So because in the fundamental class, we teach them how to move proper and the basic of the squats, the deadlift, and pressing. Yeah, we teach all 9 fundamental CrossFit movements, so make it easier for them. And we always talk about what is CrossFit. It's not about that competition. It's more about like health lifestyle. We try to break the stigma in these 3 first classes.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, right? It's like, I think when you look up CrossFit, it immediately chucks you into CrossFit Games, and you see these giant humans who are ultra fit and they're lifting crazy weight and they're bleeding from their hands and they're in ice baths afterwards. And I think people go, that's it. That's what we'll be doing in my local box. And it's really not the case. Like you said, there are fundamental classes. Like they don't just chuck you into, like, I didn't think I did a snatch. I kind of did, but I guess I had a bit of a background. But they don't push you into stuff that they know you can't do, which I think a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah, it's people cannot separate the CrossFit Games from the CrossFit like exercise for health.
Yeah,
because they did a lot of marketing in the beginning with like athletes, superhumans doing like things that people thought were impossible.
Yeah,
and then they had like a big problem with this. And the CrossFit.com, they tried to change like a few years ago. They started to show more like health, like elderly people doing exercise, showing that CrossFit is for everyone. And I think it's working, But what they did in the past, like showing a lot of athletes and like the CrossFit sport, is carrying a lot of people, and it's hard to break the stigma, but we can do that. You just have to find the proper way.
Yeah, that's right. I think it comes with a little bit of patience. I've been to other like CrossFit boxes, and they're not as slow with under. You know what I mean? They sort of try and rush a lot of people into it. I think they just want to either make or break you at the start, and if you're good at the start, then you're in forever. And if you suck, and they're just going to push you to the side, and they'll take whatever money you give them, and then hopefully you leave. They have a very like gym mentality. Me working in the gym industry for whatever years, like 9 or 10 years, it's very big on just getting membership. And then
Yeah,
once you're signed up, they don't give a fuck. Like beyond that point, it's just numbers. But I think like bringing that true core of CrossFit, like you guys do, it's not a gym. I think people really got to get that out of their head, and it's you're going there, and you're going to become fitter, you're going to become stronger, but you're also going to learn a lot. Like under you, I learned so much about how not only technique and movement, but about myself. Like how does my body react to things, my strengths, my weaknesses. I learned a perseverance, and I still use it to this day. If you think you're done, you've got a little bit left. And I think I definitely took that away from some of your classes. What got you into CrossFit?
sorry.
What started your CrossFit journey? Like
Ah,
where'd you
it's
start?
it's
Because you got a story. There's a lot to
yeah.
Alan. Alan's not just a CrossFit coach. He's done some stuff. So let's start from the start. You're a young
So
fella. Let's go.
I used to be a karate athlete, like Shotokan karate. My dream was like fighting the world championship, but I couldn't qualify. I was like, Brazil was very hard. Was very hard. Like the level, the sport was very hard,
Yeah.
and I couldn't get like for the national team. Maximum that I got like the regional team
Yeah.
squad. And my old karate coach, he started to do CrossFit, and he showed me like few exercise. He introduced me like few workouts, and I just felt passionate about that. Like I love it.
Yeah.
And I said I want to do that, and I just changed my mind that I want to do this. I want to be good at this. I want to become a coach of this. And I was in the exercise science college, and I just linked it like this would be nice to get like a future career in this. And yeah, I love it. I just start to study a lot and train by myself. And the coach who was teaching CrossFit for my karate coach hired me as his trainer.
It helped me. So in Brazil, what were you doing? Were you just coaching? Was that your full
Yeah,
time? What were you doing? Were you doing
yeah,
anything on the side?
yeah. It was my full-time job. I used to coach karate
Yeah.
and CrossFit and do a bit of PT class. So I was like, I had a full schedule. It was crazy. I had times that I used to coach like 12 classes per day, like it's crazy. Like if including like karate and CrossFit and personal training.
Yeah.
So I was very busy. I used to start like 6 a.m., go till 9. The last class in Brazil was 9 to 10.
Yuck.
That's crazy.
That's
There, people, it's crazy. They had like 9 classes per day in the gym schedule. People, it's very crazy for fitness there. They love that.
Yeah. That's bananas. That is a big day. I don't think people really appreciate those kind of days and the mental fortitude you have to teach that many people. I remember like even just teaching one-on-ones for 12 hours a day as a PT would mentally drain you. Because you have to take everybody's day on board essentially. If somebody had a bad day, you had to take that on board and try and work it into them, getting the most out of them training. So I couldn't imagine running like a 12-hour day of just full classes, just packed to the brim. So
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. It's it's insane.
I can imagine, man. That's a lot to take in.
Yeah, I was doing that because I had a goal to come to Australia, and I was trying to make as much money as I could to come to Australia.
Yeah, what was the decision to come to Australia? What made you wanna come here?
I grew up hearing my mom talk about Australia because she came here like 30 years ago.
Yep.
And she said how amazing it is, and she would like to show this to me, like say son, you need like a better place to live because I'm from Rio de Janeiro, so it's tough. We call Hell de Janeiro because like it's dangerous, the cost of living is very expensive.
Yep.
So she was trying to give me like a way to have a better life.
Yeah.
And she always talk to me like about you should go there, see another side of the world, see how there is good, it's different. Yeah, I grew up hearing about Australia, and that stuff make my mind, and I just decided to move.
That's wild, man. I couldn't imagine. Like, I think Australia's great, but I think we're very like ignorant here in terms of like how other parts of the world are. Like, Australia really needs to travel to see just how different things are, and I think how lucky we have it here. But the things that you see in Rio, crime is super high.
It's crazy.
Did you left your family back there, right? That must have been super hard.
I left my mom there. My mom was a single mom, so she's there by her own now.
That's crazy, man. She
support me 100%. She's just say you have to go and make your
So what did you do when you first got to Australia?
So my mom had a friend here, and I used to live with them. I stayed with them for 3 months. I used to study English because my English was worse than this. I still making my mistakes, but was worse. I could understand a bit, but I couldn't speak.
Yep.
And I was studying English and working construction. Like I used to go to construction morning and go at night to school. It was tough. It was very tough. But it was the only way that I could survive here because the cost of living is very expensive.
Yeah.
And I didn't have enough money to stay for 6 months because I came with like 6 months student visa, and I had to make like a way to keep living here.
That's crazy. So what happened after that 6 months? Do you have to go back to Rio after the 6 months, or do they let you stay on because you're studying?
So after 6 months, like in 3 months, after 3 months I knew Kave, and he got me the job there at RMA.
Yep.
And then when my 6 months expired, we just renewed the visa to stay in Sydney like, as a student. So I got married to my wife. She came with me, Marina.
Yep.
And we renewed a visa as a partner. And we renewed for more 2 years and a half. And yeah, just to try to find another way to stay here.
That's wild.
And now it's crazy. And now we are applying for a sponsorship. Like as I move to Aladala,
Yep.
the guy going to sponsor me here now.
That's good, and that allows you to stay permanently, or is it on a time basis?
So as considered a regional, after 3 years, I'll be able to stay here permanently.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. And that's obviously something you want to do.
Yeah, doing what I love, the best thing.
That's nuts. That's what a story. It's I think it's just like I said, it's one of those things that you hear like people from you, and I think it really inspires people to push a little bit harder, man. If you can move and then work, especially in construction, which is incredibly taxing on the body, and then study at the same time to like learn another language, which is super hard at the best of times. I think a lot of people take that for granted. Being able to speak 2 languages, especially as you get a little bit older, like once you're out of your, out of your teens and whatever, it becomes increasingly harder as you go on. So trying to do all of that and then once again, stay in a country, that's props to you, man. That's nuts. That's really good. And I think it should inspire a lot of people to get off their ass and just go after it. You know what I mean? And not put those barriers in the way. So you're in Sydney, you started RMA. What happens then? You just start working your ass off, start coaching. Are you still competing in CrossFit, right? Is that what you're doing?
No, at the time, like after RMA, we did the opens, the CrossFit opens, more for fun.
Yep.
And we did like 2 competitions, like small comps. I was the Battle of the Beast. Yeah. And then CrossFit never quit in Sydney as well. After that, I just did the opens again last year.
Yep.
But I haven't like dedicated too much for as an athlete, because it's very hard now to run a business and train to be a high level athlete. It's very hard.
Yeah, it's definitely reached a different level. Like even I think anybody has access to this. There's several CrossFit movies on Netflix that you can watch, and I think if you watch them in order, you can definitely see just a monstrous change in terms of the athletes. Yeah. There's crazy money involved now. People are putting this is their full-time job. It's not one of those, part-time, you just sort of compete on the weekends type thing. It is their life. How do you feel about it? The direction of CrossFit? Are you enjoying the direction that they're taking in terms of a sport, or do you think it's just dividing it even further between athletes and like the general public?
I think if they want to become a big sport like they are at the moment, like they are growing, I think they need to separate that, and they have to show to people that there is the CrossFit sport, the CrossFit for health, and in one way that because everyone can do CrossFit, but not everyone can be an athlete, like be a full-time athlete, train every 8 hours per day. It's crazy. Nah. And you cannot apply this for the normal population, like people who just want to be healthy. You cannot throw like high intense workouts from the CrossFit games to the students that start in CrossFit now. So the trainer, the CrossFit gyms must know how to do that.
Yeah. So
like how to program for regular people and for athletes.
Yeah.
So it's totally different.
Sorry. So it comes down to the individual gym. I think I agree with that. I think the people at the CrossFit Games, the people who organize it, are so focused on building that as a as a sport, that the actual concept of CrossFit as a general thing has just fallen to the back. And like you said, I think it does come down to the individual gym, which is bizarre. It's a bizarre way of trying to take something and make it worldwide, where it's starting to, like you said, I think it is starting to separate just a little bit. Yeah, that's I'm just thinking back on just even the CrossFit as a concept. I think, like you said, how it's separating more. Do you think the athletes in it now are like the top athletes, like the Matt Frasers and the Tia Tumis? Are they just for that pure athletic side, or do you think they're good spokespeople for CrossFit as a health option?
So in my opinion, they are like 100% sport.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they live the sport.
Yeah.
I cannot say that they won't be able to program for normal population, because anyone can do that. You just have to pick what you want to do and focus on that. For example, if you have Tia Clayton now, she started a business with his partner. It's called PRVN.
Yep.
It's like an online program, where they program for athletes and CrossFit affiliates like CrossFit teams.
Yep.
I haven't had a look about like the difference between the affiliate program and the athletes program.
Yeah.
But if they are doing this, probably they have two kinds of program. One program for people who want to become athletes, and one kind of program for normal gyms.
Yeah, right. Do you think Matt Fraser's will be the same? Because he's recently he's retired, right? So he's just he's releasing his new program. Do you think his will be the same?
I don't know if he are going to start with affiliate program, but he already said that he are going to show how he trained to be a CrossFit trainer champion.
Yeah.
So, but I haven't seen he talking about the CrossFit program for affiliates. But if he shows how he did that, I think you can like apply that for the normal gyms as well. You just have to because the difference between a CrossFit athlete and a normal people, it's the intensity and the volume that they do.
Yeah.
If you know how to make this, will be great for both.
Yeah.
It's just like you have to get the proper dose for normal people and the proper volume for athletes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think there's also a little aspect of it now. It's like they kind of have to do it. Like if you just sell to athletes, like Matt Fraser is a brand now. He's working with Nike. He's got, I'm assuming, some sort of whatever quota he needs to meet. Otherwise he wouldn't have been kept on. So they're going to have to adjust for regular people, for these people who aren't wanting to become athletes. They have to sell it. It's like making a pair of shoes that are athletes only. You're only going to sell, whatever, 100,000 pairs. But if you make them for athletes that can be used with the general public as well, then you'll sell 1 million. So I guess they're going to have to sort of adapt and apply themselves a little better. And once again, sort of mesh it together. As CrossFit grows as a sport, it should also grow as a healthy way to train. But depending if who else is going to follow up after that, I think that's going to be a deciding factor too. Do you think there's a lot of ego in CrossFit?
Yeah, man. That is.
So
because
sorry, go.
That's all I can say. I
was going to say, do just to expand on that, do you find it on every level or is it just high up?
No, you can find on every level. Yeah. Because when you have a leaderboard, people want get the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's like between athletes or normal. You saw in the gym when you're training, everyone wants to get the better score.
That's right.
But few people cannot deal well with that. They are just like, I want to win. They don't know how to lose. And we used to say in CrossFit, like, leave your ego outside.
That's right.
But few people cannot do that.
Do you
I
think?
think it's like individual, depends of the person.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, a lot of people. I think if anyone listens to this who's considering getting the CrossFit, there is stuff that you're going to do well at. There's a workout that you'll absolutely fucking crush, but it's going to be backed up by 3 workouts that you were going to fucking suck at. I learned that very quickly, and the more you try and work out with your ego, the slower your progress is. Because you start lifting too heavy, and if you lift too heavy in the workouts that you're not very good at, you're going to burn out very quickly, and it's going to hinder your time. It's weird that it's still on such a high level. I guess, like you said, if there's a leaderboard, there's always going to be a bit of ego involved. Do you think these higher ups? I got a problem with Rich Froning. I don't know why. He just seems like he came in, he dominated. The dude seems like, he might have carried that a little bit too far. But this is all what I've read. It could all be, out of the way. Do you think he was a good ambassador for the sport compared to, say, somebody like Matt? Like, what are your thoughts on it?
I like him. He's a good guy. Yep. He has his online program as well. Like, he has his program for affiliate. He has his program for weightlifting.
Yeah,
I think he does a good job. I think
it's maybe it's just what I've seen. Like I said, I think being at the top of something, you're gonna get a lot of negativity out of it, and I think I've really read into that. I'm sure Rich is like a great dude, and from what I've seen, his gym is sort of all encompassing as well. But the dude's still on top of his game, so he's gonna get a bit of shit press, especially when he just wants to live his life. So, who do you think's going to take over Matt? I keep bringing up Matt. I'm very interested. He's like one of the only people I know out of CrossFit. So who do you think's going to beat him or take over?
Oh, Matt?
Matt Fraser. Do you watch the sport? Do you watch?
Yeah, I love the sport. Yeah.
Do you watch the games and stuff?
I think no one can beat Matt Fraser. He's the best.
Well, now that he's retired, who do you think's next in line?
Next in line, maybe Noah Olsen or Patrick Vellner.
Yeah, Noah did good last year, didn't he? He came second, I think. I think he was leading for a good portion.
Just in the years, I think.
Yeah,
but he's very young. He's very young. I think the other guy has more experience than them.
Yeah,
has more experience than him.
Do you find this is another thing I think gets brought up with CrossFit as well, like people like cheating? What are your views on it in terms of like not at a sport level, but as an individual level in a regular gym? Like you said, there's a bit of ego involved, and if people are doing it just for the fitness and they say they want to supplement something that's illegal into their system, they're automatically demonized and considered cheaters. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I'm totally against like steroids.
Yep.
Stuff like that. Like, it's not good for your health. It's not good for your health. There is like contralateral effects are going to cannot affect you now, but in the future you probably have something caused by this. Yeah, you have to be careful. Yeah, unfortunately, people want like fast results.
Yeah.
And they just make the abusive use. And yeah, it's hard to say because like we was talking about ego, they want to be the best and they take everything what they could to be on the top, so they use that shit.
Yeah, it's especially like you said, it's as soon as you put a leaderboard on anything, people are going to do whatever it takes to get to the top. I come from like a bodybuilding background where it's not necessarily needed, but it's needed if you want to compete. If you want to compete at a high level, it's such a, like the opposite of CrossFit. You know what I mean? It's the exact polar opposite where you're not going to win Mr. Olympia unless you're on steroids. You know what I mean? So it's such a bizarre thing. But I guess there's not that level of fitness involved in bodybuilding. you lift your weights. It's not like you're doing, AMRAPs or EMOMs or whatever. You're just going in, you sort of mosey around lifting your weights.
Yeah.
Your body changed so much since the last time I saw you. You changed your diet. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was doing paleo diet for like a long time.
Yeah. Are you still doing it
Yeah,
now?
and no, not the moment I just stopped it, but yeah, and I've been training a bit more than before as well.
Yeah. Hold on. There's a level of once again, there is a level of fitness involved, and diet plays such a huge part. I know when I cleaned my diet up, I would train better. But I think you also hear a lot of people like CrossFit going, you can just eat whatever you want now because you're burning so many calories. As a coach, what do you say?
You need to do a diet, especially after you're 25 years old. Because back in Brazil, I used to eat like a lot of bad food,
Yep.
and I was shredded. But after like 25 years old, I couldn't keep up doing that. I had to change and start to eat clean.
Yep.
At the moment, I just eat like whole food. I don't like drink sugar drinks. I don't have like anything with sugar. My coffee is just like black coffee. Sometimes I have latte or flat white.
Yep.
And I eat a lot of like potato, vegetables, whole grains. I stopped it with bread. Like I used to eat a lot of bread. I had to stop with bread.
Bread is really good though.
Yeah,
Fuck, I
it's
love some
very
bread.
good. If you want to get very, very shredded, you have to control what you take. But few people, like I just speak for the bio diet because it was easier.
Yep.
Because when you eat like whole foods, meat, like lean proteins, kind of stuff, we don't have nothing like processed
Yep.
with a lot of sugar. So you eat like more and get more satisfied for a long period of time. It's different when like you eat bread and in half an hour you want to eat more.
Yeah.
So helping me a lot.
I think a lot of people struggle with it, man. I think that, like, even once again, just being a trainer, people always struggle with the diet. It's they overcomplicate it. They add things, they take things out that they don't particularly like or whatever. I think paleo is a good one because it's structured. It gives you can eat this and you can't eat this, and I think it's one of those ones that it is for the benefit. It's because you're not doing it now, are you? Did you notice
No.
Did you notice a rebound in terms of weight or performance? Did it hinder you once you stopped?
Yeah, I like after the second week that I stopped it, I started to feel a bit more tired.
Yep.
Yeah, affect a bit of my gut, my sleeping. But like I started to eat like the first week that I stopped it, I started to eat a lot of bread and chocolate. I love chocolate. So
Yeah.
I think that stuff affected me. At the moment, I still eating this stuff, but like I control more.
Yeah.
I have bread now once a week as a treat. But the problem that why people struggle with diet is because they try to change their lifestyle for completely
Yeah.
in one way that they cannot keep for whole life. So if you wanna like be healthy and keep up with your body, you have to pick one kind of diet that you can stick for a long time.
Yeah.
Like people do this 6 weeks challenge, 8 week challenge. They follow, they lose weight, but after that they go back to the poor diet they had before,
Yep.
and your effect just happened. They get fat again. So when my advice for people is try to stick to one diet that you think that you can keep in the long term. It's the best way.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Like I said, I think there's a lot of temptation out there, and I think paleo, like I guess all of them have their benefits. I know somebody's going to message or whatever and write in and say, paleo shit, you should do this. Like, I think there's just, once again, I think people are so torn between their diets because there's so much information out there. And there's a lot of people telling you to do it, and there's a lot of people telling you not to do it. So I agree with you in a sense that, like, you got to find something that not only works for your body, but then works for your schedule. Do you agree?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like training. It's like training as well. Like, few people, they want to change their bodies. They want to do CrossFit, but they don't like the system. They cannot like be accountable with that. They should do the stuff that they like, for example, bodybuilding. Few people loves bodybuilding, but they want to try CrossFit to get the CrossFit's body. But if they do bodybuilding the proper way, they can get the same body.
Yeah, that's.
Did you get me?
Yeah, that's fair. I think I think that's a really good comment. I think a lot of people chase a particular body, and then they associate it with certain types of training. When I think if you're flexible, you can get whatever body you want out of your training. Do you get a lot of people complaining about the CrossFit body? I've heard a lot of people complain about it. Like particularly girls, like the females are always like, ugh, the CrossFit body's gross. They're too big. They're too muscly.
So it's another problem with the sports cause. Like we were talking about CrossFit games.
Yeah.
But if you see that girls that they lift like very heavy weights, they do a huge volume of muscle ups, of strict handstand pull-ups. So the muscles will grow a bit. So they can understand that. We just need to find a way to show them, look, you won't look like that.
Do you get a lot of it?
You get toned, but you won't look like that.
Yeah, that's right. Do you get a lot of it when, say, like fresh off the street? Do you get a lot of female clients come in and go, well, I want to do this, but I don't want to look like that?
Yeah, it's very common.
Ladies,
it's very common.
Chill out.
Lady.
Just chill out. I used to have it all the time. I don't want to train weights because I don't want to become too big.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen.
It doesn't. But I think there's no amount of explaining you can do. I used to go, you don't have enough testosterone, you don't have this, and you don't have this. And they go, no, I'm gonna get big. I'm gonna look like a bodybuilder. And you're like, nope, that is not the case.
Yeah. They don't even try. They should try and see. Yeah, it's complicated. It's hard to do with human beings, man.
I couldn't agree more. Like I said, there's going to be people with issues with it. So on the podcast, I have this thing. If you have a problem with it, don't listen. So if you got a problem with this, don't listen. You know what I mean? But it's I think as you as a current coach and me as a former personal training, I think we're people who are trained to help other people. You got a specific goal and we will get you there. You don't go to a mechanic and go, can you look at my car and fix it, and then stand over them and tell them how to fix your car. Don't do it to your coach and don't do it to your trainer. You know what I mean? You got to have a little bit of trust, especially in the people who know what they're doing. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. It's crazy that it's still about because CrossFit's been around for a while now, and I still hear it, man. You still hear people complaining about CrossFit girls, especially CrossFit girls. Not to say that people don't complain about CrossFit boys, but you definitely hear it with, especially like, I think weak men as well who go, oh, they're disgusting. Like, don't look at them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a, sorry, you go.
Yeah, because the society, they say like the woman has to look like a skin top model.
Yeah.
Like they have like that stuff. Like a woman has to be skinny.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
they can't be strong, essentially, is I think that's the crux out of it. I think a lot of guys see these CrossFit girls and they go, they are much stronger than I am, and my masculinity is at stake here.
Yeah, there is it happens a lot.
It happens a lot. I remember I did one of the classes in the morning and at RMA, and I think it was predominantly girls, and who was it? Javi was there, and she is an absolute unit.
Yeah.
She crushed me, but she was so supportive the whole way. I was dying, and she's like, "Come on, Josh," and I was like, "I can't." So people out there, don't be so judgmental. You know, if you're judgmental, go be fat somewhere else. What's your next move, Alan? What are you planning on doing, man? Are you just gonna keep doing what you're doing for now, and then decide? Are you gonna move to Canberra and open a gym so I can come train?
I wish I could. Now I have to stay here at least for 3 years, like I said.
Yep.
And yeah, man, my goal now is focus on this team. It's like build up a great community here, show them what's the real CrossFit, like that CrossFit's for everyone. Yeah, I wanna make this happen.
You're ticking boxes, man. Like, you're already well on your way. Let me see if I can find the Ulladulla CrossFit. Did they have a Instagram?
Yeah, they have a CrossFit Ulladulla. You can see like there is a few videos like our members or my videos training as well. I released a few videos there.
There it is. Let's get this bad boy up. What are you doing with the AJ plan?
The AJ plan, I stopped it a bit.
If you can keep doing that eventually, like would you keep doing it? Would that be a focus once, say, this 3 years is done and you got a bit of time freed up? Are you going to continue on? Yeah. That's great, man. That is what I need. I'm just being super selfish here and being like, that's what I want in my life. It's really good. If anybody, I'm going to, hold on, let's see if I can find it and open it up. This is the AJ plan. 763 followers. God damn, Alan. God damn. So these are like really just, I wouldn't say simple, kind of simple in a sense that they you can do them anywhere with minimal equipment, right? The workouts themselves aren't simple. Yeah.
Sorry?
I'm sorry. I was just saying the workouts are set out simply, but they're not easy, is what I was trying to get at.
No, it's not easy. Yeah.
These are all things that people, because I think with COVID, it's definitely left like a gap in terms of fitness. A lot of people relied on gyms a lot, having access to a gym was a motivator. And I think having stuff like this out allows people to not have that excuse anymore. You know, they can't not go work out. They have to. It's all here. It's all out in front of you. Sorry, I'm just looking through some of these workouts. God damn it, you're a weapon, Alan. Jesus. Jesus. How are you and your partner? How's everyone there? Let's go personal life. How's everything?
Yeah.
How's everything going?
It's very good. We moved down here, and we just have each other.
Yep.
Slowly we are creating new friendships here, but yeah, it's only Marina and I.
Yep.
And she's becoming a CrossFit coach as well. I'm training her because she did like exercise science as well back in Brazil. She used to be a swim teacher.
Yep.
In Sydney, and she's doing swim as here as well. She's coaching swim, and now she started to work with me at the CrossFit Ladala.
Yeah, awesome.
And she runs like the functional fitness class there. Like we have a Zone 7 class that's like a high intensity class. It's a bit easier than the CrossFit because you don't do like weightlifting, gymnastics.
Yep.
But you do a lot of body weight, kettlebell, stuff like that. So she is running those classes.
That's awesome, man. You guys are gonna be like a dynamic duo of CrossFit and health. I love that. That's sick. I honestly, I hope you guys, once you finish your 3 years, and I hope you guys open something for yourself, man. Like you guys will, both of you are driven enough, and both of you will absolutely crush it. I believe that. Like once again, you meet a lot of coaches, you meet a lot of trainers. Especially being in the industry, and I think you're definitely up there with one of the best in terms of knowledge, but also patience and understanding. And I think that's a crucial part for being a trainer of any description. Hold up.
Yeah, when you're trained, you have to.
Hold up a sec, man. I think we're losing you a bit. No. Hold up. I think we're losing you just a little bit. Your face seems to be frozen. I thought you were just smiling at me for a little bit. Let's give it a sec. If it doesn't come back, we'll wrap it up. But try and say it again. If it doesn't work, we'll wrap it up. But this has been awesome. So what were you saying?
You have to and think what you do the me.
No,
I think you what the things.
Hold up, Alan. I think we lost you, buddy. Alan, just we'll do this again. Oh, wait, hold up. We got him back.
Hello.
That's it. That's the one. Yeah. This is the problem with the internet. It's jumpy as shit.
That's not good.
Yeah. No, I think it's starting to. I think we've reached our limit, but I think it's starting to shit out a little bit. Alan, I'll let you go. Yeah, I think it's just the internet's playing up a little bit, but thank you so much for coming on, my friend. Hopefully we can do this in person one day. You can come down to my house. We do a little setup here, and we can sit down and have a big chat.
I love it. Opportunity was easy.
Hold up, buddy. Maybe drop the video. Maybe we can.
Better now.
It's getting there. Just give it a sec. Try it now.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Like kinda. It's a little better, a little bit roboty, but maybe it'll sort itself out once everything stops. No camera. All right, let's try it now.
Hello.
I can kind of hear you, but that's all good, man. Like I was saying before, Alan, let's try and do a face-to-face one next, and we won't have so many tech issues. You can, I can come to you.
I think Canberra is like 2.5 hours in live.
Yeah, it is. It's just over 2 hours, I think. So, but if not, I can come up to you. I got this portable podcast thing. So, and you can run me through my paces. It's been a while since I've done any CrossFit, but you can smash me and we can do a.
Yeah, we can train together. It'll be fun.
100%. I'm very excited for that. Alan, once again, thank you so much for coming on, Legend. You have a sick story. I think you motivate people to not only be better, but want to be better. And I think that's a very fucking rare thing that I think we're missing. So thank you so much for coming on, my friend.
And thank you for this opportunity. Of it.
All good, brother.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send the links to you so you can have a listen back. But other than that, brother, have a fantastic weekend, and I'll chat to you soon.
All right. You too.
See you, Legend. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Let's not that one. That's not it. It's this one. Let's make me a little bigger. So that was Alan. Alan is, like I said, you can hear it. You can hear it back. The dude's an absolute legend. He's a weapon of a human. He's just one of those, there's nothing bad that can get in your way. He's like, anything bad, you can just overcome it by hammering into it. I don't know. Like, I think I spent 6 months training with him, and once again, I learned so fucking much from him. It's just a different style of coaching where it's not drilled into you. It's, all right, this is what you're doing. It's fantastic. Let's make it a little better. Anybody who's in Ulladulla, if anybody from Ulladulla listens to this, get down, go see him at CrossFit Ulladulla. He will literally change your life. He's that good. In terms of Alan himself, go to the AJ Plan, at the AJ Plan. He has a ton of home workouts you can do with little to no equipment, and they will thrash you. He's also very educational in terms of, like, he will slow things down and explain it to you very clearly. Other than that, Alan, let's get you down to Canberra, buddy. Let's open you up a gym here. Other than that, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope this inspires you to. I got to go to the gym now because I feel fat and lazy looking at all the pictures of Alan with his shirt off. I'm going to go work out. Hopefully you guys go work out too. And let's fucking crush it, everyone. Thank you so much.